This is BMGS Breast TV from the school, Ubenda Memorial Grammar School, Adazinu. I am by name Akaligo Chigazema, the anchor of today's program, and I have with me here my co-hosts who are also students of the school, by name Master Okombo Pascal and Master Odebo Isho. I also have a teacher of the school here present, by name Miss Juliet Ugu. We are here to present an interview of a very special guest of the school. But before we go into that, I would like one of my co-hosts, by name Master Israel Udegwe, to give us an introduction of our very special guest. Over to you, Master Udegwe.
Thank you, Mr. Anko, for giving me the opportunity to introduce our special guest to our viewers. Born in 8 July 1979, to the family of Sir and Lady Alphonsus KSM of Mbutu village in Owerri Skala, in Orumba South Local Government Area of Anambra State. Started his primary education at Housing Estate Primary School at Papa Nike and finished in the year 1991. Completed his junior secondary education at Sacred Heart Seminary in Sude Enu. Got transferred to St. John Bosco Seminary in Suanosha, where he finished his senior secondary education with a sterling result in the year 1997. He proceeded to Pope John Paul II Major Seminary, where he completed his theological studies and got admitted into Blessed Ebenetans Major Seminary, where he finished his theological studies. He obtained a Master of Education program at New Jersey, USA in 2019 in Philosophy for Children. He obtained a Master of Arts with first class in 2012. He was ordained a priest in 22nd August 2009, worked in many capacities till 2013, where he was made the manager of the Bendorf Memorial Grammar School after the return of schools to the missionary.
I take my co-host, Master Israel Zeba, for introducing our very special guest of honor, by the name Reverend Father Theodore Ekwem.
Father, in 2013, many who knew the school and seeing it now cannot help but marvel. What is the first thing you did when you heard you are going to be a manager of the school and then the school Bendorf?
Thank you so much, Bendorf TV, for this engaging exercise, which is somewhat an ambush, but we thank God for everything. To the question proper, I would say that I didn't see it coming. My being posted to work as a manager in the Bendorf Memorial Grammar School. At that point in time, I was assistant manager at St. Joseph Hospital, Others, just a stone throw from the school. And when the letter of my posting to Bendorf came, number of feelings which we are not so palatable. You know, the nature of the school at those days, I was like, what am I coming here to do? And of what essence is the church coming? What will the church actually do in this situation? Because the situation was looking helpless and hopeless. But immediate challenges were clear to me. The first thoughts were like, where do I begin? Is it on students' character formation or is it in academics? These were my immediate thoughts, and you know what? The first encounter with the students proved to me that there is an enormous challenge here. I recall I got the letter on the 22nd, and on the 23rd, I drove into the school and of April, 23rd of April, I drove into the school in the evening to meet a handful of students somewhere and around the kitchen, the old kitchen. I was like looking at what they were doing, like about 6-7 persons. And they were looking at me, and one of them queried me in one of the most memorable expressions I have not forgotten. He said, "Who be you?" Like that. I looked at him and I felt there's no need to answer this person because of the stories of the students weren't so much of a positive one. So I ignored the questions and the query and moved on. But that was a sign to me that I need to roll up the sleeves if we must get down to business here. That's where my immediate thoughts. So thank you.
How did you feel the first day you arrived at the school and saw things for yourself, as well as the first few months?
I was angry. Let me be honest. I was very angry. I was angry. Let me make a confession. Not sacramental confession, but let me say it as it is. I was angry first with the bishop who stayed me. Let me be honest. I was like, have I ever offended this man? How come I should be here? What am I coming here to do? So that was the first kind of. I was angry with the bishop. I was angry with the church because I was also saying to myself, why would the church take up this task? The school is like, it's dead. Let me put it that way. Even from the comments of people. So I was like, is it? One of my friends even collaborated in that thought. He said to me when he came, a few days after that, he came and when I took him around, he looked at me and said, let me ask you a question. He said it in Hebrew. And so he said, that is it everything that is given to the church that the church will just accept. So I was angry in this same circumstance. And then the anger graduates to another level in the sense that I was angry with other people. In fact, I became angry I may say, with the staff and students, the management at that point. And I was like, even if things are that bad, people should easily, clear the bushes. Government must not just even clear the bushes. That's why I was, at least anything could be done. Maybe you see the pictures one day in Dakar, you understand that some of the buildings you see today we are overrun by bushes and trees grown in them. And so I was like, at least people can as well uproot these trees, allow the buildings to stand, So it was a feeling of anger, a feeling of some bit of trying to lose the strength of ability to do something. But something happened. Within this space of being angry, something happened, and that thing that happened was the turning point. It happened, I think it should be the third or fourth day. The third or fourth day, when this anger was still burning, I came into the school. It was late in the evening, so you can't go beyond. Where you have now the Pope John Paul fount. You can't go beyond there. In fact, there's nothing to go beyond there to see. It's all thick bush. It's looking like a dead zone, bamboo trees and so on. The other side of it is abattoir, and where you have the building. And so I stood there, I was just looking into that thick forest, and then something happened. I can't even explain. It's just like a spiritual experience. It's like a voice, someone who is in a trance. So it's like, you can't do this alone, you can't do this alone. And I was interrogating this voice within the space of seconds. I was like, if I can't do it alone, who else can do it? Who is here to help me do it? And the voice was like, you need the assistance of spiritual assistance of saints. And I was hearing the voice like, I have some friends I have fled for going through my seminary formation. St. John Mary Vianney, Mother Teresa of Calcutta, lately because of some, and St. Philip Neri. There are reasons for this center. I was like, St. John Vianney, but this is not a seminary. Teresa of Calcutta, this is a boys' school. St. Philip Neri, this is not really a seminary. So I was at the point, the strike came like John Paul said. Then he was not canonized but beatified. So I said, but he's still beatified. He's only beatified, but the voice like yet he can. And that was when I got myself back, I would say. And I was driving home, asking myself, what does this mean to me? And that was the beginning of the change of thoughts. And from that day of the encounter, the anger began to melt. And I began to see some positive signs that yes, somebody can bring this change, and it must be done by somebody and not the elders. That's the sense of the feelings that early experiences that shaped my ministry in this or service in this school. Thank you.
Can you tell us how you managed to make Wendorf an all-body school?
That was much, I think we began the process of the boarding process by 2017. It was a gradual thing, it wasn't a militaristic decree of saying, a number of factors contributed to becoming all body. When we assumed DPT in 2013, the school, we could say the school had no body because those who claimed to be in body then were about 18 students. But whenever you come to the school and do head count, you'll be counting only about 9, 10, and they stay. There's no rule for them. All they do is just when you see them, when students are coming to school in the morning, they are taking their bed. When students are going, they are there trying to go and play football and so on and so forth. So we started by beefing up the day students number, and when it was growing, at the same time the boarding students were growing. So by October admission of 2013, because I assumed office in April 2013, as I said, to install. By October, the number got increased to 27 I think. So, but by January of 2014, after Christmas, we came up to 40-something students, and that's the gradual process of building the numerical strength of the boarding student. Because I believe that with the boarders, can begin to show forth the character formation. You can actually track the formation of the young people. Otherwise, if you just have the time to engage with them only from 8 a.m. of assembly or 7:30 a.m. of assembly to 2:30, they go back to their homes, they are coming back to their homes the same, you may not get the true picture. So the boarding began with that, and gradually by 2017 there are other factors. There are both ethical factors, challenge of infrastructure to accommodate day students and center accommodate boarders was becoming heavy because the school by then, by 2017, was already a destination point for parents. Parents have started talking about the formation and the progress of the school, and every admission is one of the best sources for boys. So we needed to really manage the situation. So a number of factors made us now to begin to think about making it all borders, and that's how we came, because we need to limit the number. We could have, well, if we are allowed ourselves, having like 3,000 students, 2,000 students, but it's not just about the number, it's about having the number you can manage and form. So that was part of the reason that made us to go all body.
What was your motivation, and what kept you determined and motivated while working in BMGS?
Let me say this. Before I came to BMGS, what I had was only my common seminary formative process degrees. I had BA in philosophy and in theology. Anyway, then I was doing a master's in political philosophy in Unity. So when I was announced and assumed, I had an encounter in a home of a friend and a benefactor with Honorable Ekwem. The encounter was what shaped me and became the foundation for my motivation. I was in his home, and a number of his guests were CKC old boys. Those Christ King College or Nature old boys, they were there. And when I was introduced as Father Theo, who now is the manager of a school, they seized the opportunity to talk to me, not actually talking to me, but the opportunity created itself that they began to discuss about their school lives in 70s and 80s and about their iconic principal, Father Tabo, late Father Tabo. So in talking about him and the formation they got from him, how they trace what they have become to him, that was enough thing that served for me as a lesson point, as a tutorial for the job I'm into. This happened really in the first 2 months I was appointed. So my motivation came from the fact that I have some people to look up to who has the history of priests who have really made history at school administration. And then the second motivation is the fact of I told you about the spiritual experience. So I was like, I can still do it. And that's part of why the song is dear to me, if you remember. So I believe there is spiritual angle and there is this motivation coming from both the spiritual side and the historic side of those who have done it before. And that was part of my motivation.
As a return school, were there any challenges in line with that, as well as BMGS teachers? How were you able to manage this?
Okay, thank you for the question. There is the politics of return of schools, but it's on this note that we need to appreciate the leadership strength of Mr. Theo. It's always good that a leader should be visionary. You know what you want. When I came, yes, there is. I could say by the time of my appointment, I was the only person to belong to the classified group of mission teachers, because every other person is PPSSC. We didn't have what you call PTS. No, what we have were those night watch guards. And my coming, of course, there was already a principal. And, like every other return school, there's always the initial friction. We must admit that the initial friction will come on a number of reasons. One, there is, I think there was a loose knot with regard to role clarification. You need to really say, okay, this is the job of the manager, this is the job of the principal. So, in some sense, there is what you may call friction of roles, friction arising from poor role clarification. And then there is also friction coming from the fact that, am I to be under him or is he to be under me? Is the manager now the overall head or is the principal to be overall head? And so and then you come to when you see these frictions, they keep tickling down. Goes down to who now is in charge of the canteen, who now is in charge of other students' lives, and who gives the last order to a number of them. For me, when I assumed office, I tried to keep a good relationship with the teachers and staff. My parents were civil servants. I have no problem with civil servants. I grew up in a family. In fact, all my siblings are civil servants. We are not into business. So I know civil service is a public service call. So I try to relate cordially with everybody. And I think with time we built a wonderful relationship across board. I started employing a few PTA staff that I employed early. But the first person I employed, I had to pay the person personally because the school had nothing to pay off for that, and so on and so forth. So it wasn't an easy thing, but I think somehow kept on managing this situation until we became very best that the suspicions gave way because there are mutual suspicions. Maybe the manager being a prince is here to monitor us. Because for me, I don't classify staff as PTA or PPSS, even in benefits. For me, I believe that everybody should have equal respect because it is about the students. So if you're a PTA staff and you merit something, you get it. If you're a PPSS staff and you merit something, you get it. If you don't merit something, you don't merit it. If a PTA, for instance, takes time to train students to go for competition, if you get to competition and win, if you are the teacher who prepared them, you should get it. It's not about when you prepare them and get it, then you come back because you're a PTA staff. The glory is taken away from you and given to HOD who was never in the picture and who never even contributed even an idea to the program. So I think for me it's about hard work and then you get your reward. That's helped to create a better synergy and working relationship. everybody knows you can from nowhere become somebody.